Hello, my name is Tony, and as I promised, I'm going to be doing a breakdown tutorial on how I created this teaser. It's a program that's coming up in November. It's lovely. Now, mind you, this is not like a full tutorial on how to use. Actually, I created this in Adobe After Effects. It's not like a full complete tutorial. It's just a breakdown tutorial. I'll be sharing with you some of the techniques that I used in creating this, and let's watch and let's see. Lovely, isn't it? Now, this a particular tutorial. Before, okay, let me jump into it. I actually was given an artwork to work on. It's a PDF. It has several pages. So all I did was just create some of all these elements in After Effects. Actually, I used After Effects 2017 for this to create this. Now, this is, let me state it again. This is not an introduction into After Effects. If you're not conversant with After Effects, if you've not used it before, there are tons of material on the internet that you can avail yourself of that would really explain the nitty gritty, the basis of using After Effects. Again, this is not a tutorial, it's a breakdown tutorial, so I'm just going to be sharing to some of the techniques that I used, and hopefully it probably will help you. Now, I actually did this in After Effects 2017. You can use the earlier version of After Effects. Some of the tools that I used, can use them too in earlier version of After Effects. Now, before I start, I actually used two plugins from Video Copilot. The first one is Twitch. The other one is Element 3D. Video Copilot, owned by Andrew Kramer, is really someone that I really respect a lot. Now, on Twitch, the other parts I would explain if you don't want to use Twitch, if you don't have Twitch on your system, and you can use other techniques to achieve some of the things that I did. I will explain it to you. Okay, so let's jump into it. Now, this is the back. Yeah, first thing I did was just create a solid layer. Then I added a gradient ramp to it. Now, in earlier version, maybe in 2000, I think it's called a ramp, or in although I think starting from 2015, it's called a gradient ramp. Just did this. Then, of course, I did a radial. Maybe in case you do that, I have a linear. Just change it to radial and just create two. Okay. Now, the other path was to create a mask. I did a mask layer. You can see this is a mask layer. Um, Let me solo it. Let me remove the background. Now you can see this is a mask layer. I created a mask layer. Then I created some. Then I animated it. You can see some of the keyframes there. I animated it. And then over time so that it moves. So it's not static. It's moving. So now in order to create the very soft edges, let me remove some of this. Now you can see it's a full full mask. Then in order to soften the edges, I added circle to it. If you don't know how to use circle, you can check on the internet how to use it. Then I added the gradient ramp that I created for the background. Then I added it to it. Then in order to push it away from so that it's very distinct from the background, I added a shadow to it. You can see added a shadow to it, and then I duplicated it, created more layers. This is one other layer. I created like several layers. You can see that it's very distinct, pushing it away from giving it that. So I created that one, then I created this other one too. So we have like three. Actually, created three of it. Now, one other thing I did, which wasn't in the original, what's it called? The artwork I was given was to create this grunge. You can see this grungy. Um, what I just did was just take this grunge, Then I just added what's it called? I changed the blending mode to color bond. I just needed to remove most of the white. I added it. You can see it's a bit subtle. It's not that much. Then just added a wiggle effect in movement so that it's not static. You can see it moving. Then let me solo it, and then you can see it's moving. It's subtle, yeah, but it's moving. That's what I wanted to achieve. Now, yeah, the other part, of course, creating the text. I just got the font that was used for the artwork instead of just copy. This is it. It is Greasy Spoon Menu, which I used. Then I just added a bit of scale bits, created keyframes at 0, created at the beginning. I created 300 keyframes, then 100, 110. Then I just allowed it to move over time so it's not static. Now this over here, then I created another. If you see, I just copied um, the mask layer that I created, reduced the size, then change the blend mode to vivid light so that it create this. Okay, let's move forward. Now this is the other part. Let me explain this other part to you. Now I wanted to do like a glitchy kind of effect, and of course I didn't want to use the normal glitchy effect, so I created this. Now all this layer over here, this layer, this, all I used this to achieve the glitchy kind of effect. Now this is where I actually applied the twitch effect um, from Video Copilot. You can see, but if you don't have the twitch effect, just you can still achieve a bit of glitchy by. Now what I created this. Now you, if you look at the artwork, towards the end, you can see that this is the logo. Now, there are two ways to do it. You can either trace this in Photoshop and bring it into After Effects. But what I did was you can actually create it in After Effects with the mask layer. Use the mask layer to create this. So you can see, and yeah, so you can see I created a mask layer, masked the logo, created a solid layer, then masked the logo out. Then I changed the color. You can see I added, and this is it. Then I added a fill to it to make it. Then yeah, you can see. Yeah, what I did here was I created like three, just you can see two, just 2 frames. Then I scaled it, moved it to the side. Then created another one, which is this one that you're seeing here. Then I moved it to the side too. Then just created three, 1, 2 of it. Then I create a third one, which is this other one. Then I scale the change the position so that it gives you that sort of glitchy effect. Then of course I added the background, the grunge. You understand? Just created some frame, and I think I did 3 of this, then 3 of the other one to give you that glitchy effect. You can see I've removed. I can still let me play it so I can still see without the twitch. Still have that. Now, what Twitch allows you to do is it allows you to add scale, blur, and slide the entire video. So, but without it, you can see it still looks good. So let me enable that layer because what I did was I created an adjustment layer, then added the Twitch. If you don't know how to use Twitch, you can go to Video Copilot. There are a lot of tutorials I did on how to use the Twitch effects, so you can see it gives you the blur and the slide and the scale effects on it. So of course, the same way I created the beginning and text, just scaled, created it. I did that for the other part too. You can see just so let me bring up scale. Okay, let me bring up the keyframe for this. Same thing over time. Then of course I'll explain how I achieved the glitchy um, effects. Now the other part which is a bit is towards the end where I actually did. Now what I did over time so that it's not too static. There's something moving at the background, so it's not too boring and all that. I brought the logo. You can see at this point, and the logo that I create that I maxed out. I got here, which is it logo. Then I changed the blending mode to change the blending mode of the logo. This is it. If I to soft, so you can see this is the logo. You can see the logo. Then remember, I just did like three, one, two, and just three frames of it. Then let me change it back to soft. And change very much soft light, so it blends very well with the background. I just don't want it to stop the text, so it's there. You can see it. Then, so that's what I did to achieve some of that. So it's not as if it's boring and there's nothing moving there. And towards the end, okay, that's yeah, this how I created this. Now I actually achieved this using Element 3D. Now I wanted to create something like now that there are a lot of you can either do if you are familiar, if you can use what's it called Cinema 4D to create this by importing it. But since it's not too much of a 3D, since it's just basic 3D, I just decided to use Element 3D, and Element 3D is a great plugin for creating cool 3D stuffs. You can even import 3D jobs that you've created in Cinema 4D or other what's it called other 3D application into Element 3D. You can bring it in and you know adjust it to whatever you suits you. So, but in this particular one, what I did was just to create. This is not. If you want to learn more about 3D, you can go on just log on to the website and just check videocopilot.com. It's done some. It has several tutorial on how to use Element 3D. Now, what I did was I created a mask layer of the logo, which is yeah, this is it. Create this, create this of the logo. Then of course I created. Then I brought into Element 3D. Then I used it as a mask layer. Element 3D. Then you go into your custom layer. Then you choose your custom text mask to that particular layer. Then you can go into the setting. Then click extrude. Then you have this. You can see this is how I created. Then you can just adjust some of the settings. Then I animated it to come in. Okay, I don't need that, so let me hide it. Okay, and okay, at this point, so I needed a glitch effect, so of course I used the Twitch to create that. And now for this other part towards the end, now in order to what I did for the background is there, but you can see it's black and white. Now in order to allow the logo pop out, because if I leave it black, if I leave it red, it won't really pop out. So what I did, you can see I created an adjustment layer, though it was an adjustment layer. Then just beneath the logo and every other thing beneath it, then I added a tint effect to it so that it's black and white, so that the logo can pop out. So there you have it. Okay, thank you for watching this. It's a breakdown tutorial on how to create this. I believe you've learned one or two things. And from time to time, I'll probably do a breakdown tutorial on some of my jobs and some other jobs that I feel that they look fantastic and people share some tips on how to create them. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you some other time.